In 2007, UFL was that opportunity that was presented to me by different people at Tech. And basically they said, here's an opportunity to develop young leaders in our community in grades 5 and 6. And so that was the goal, that was the mission that was set before me. It was very exciting, and so I really like to take challenges that I think I can do. And so I thought, I can handle that, I can do that, and I would love to do that.
I joined the center in 2011, it was July, and at that time my interest in youth development was really a big part of my job, and I was like, this would be great. The quality of the programming and the people who were leading it really impressed me as just ready to burst forth if they got the right opportunity.
We have been able to expand our reach from the 2 initial campuses in 2007 to several elementary and middle schools, and so that number has now increased from those 26 original students that we served in 2007 to an average of 300 students a week that we have direct contact with. And so this doesn't include our ambassador list, but our direct programming. So 300 students on a weekly basis, 14 campuses and 4 school districts. If we were able and had the capacity to say yes to more, I think that would increase by at least 2 more school districts minimum, and probably 200 students right off of that.
Our experience is pretty unique because having 3 kiddos, 2 boys and a girl, you wouldn't even know that they come from the same 2 parents. They are as different as any 3 kiddos could be. But our biggest success story by far is our 3rd child. And Landon was a student at Murphy, it merged with Miller, so lots of change there. And he went through a bout of real serious illness when he was in 2nd grade that impacted his neurological system and some other things, and so we ended up retaining him. And so he has been very, very anxious and you know, making friends with a new group. It's really kind of hung heavy over his head, and so he's the kiddo that likes to hang back. But the change really happened when he got to Evans. And I might tear up talking about it because it's just so huge. I watched him go from this scared kiddo that I popped in a couple of times to pick him up, and he is interacting with the group, having fun. He absolutely loved it. And I really do attribute so much of his social success to the skills that he's learned through UFL and the opportunities that has provided for him. I think it absolutely changed his life. And I think it will change his trajectory from middle school all the way through high school.
I just loved how my son would come home and be super excited about UFL, and I wanted to help in any way I could. We absolutely love whenever everyone in the family can be involved in an activity with the kids. In the past few years that we've been involved in UFL, I've noticed that every single time there's a new meeting, the first meeting was great, but it's just been even better every single time.
So I am the volunteer coordinator at Family Promise. Family Promise is an organization that provides services to families that are experiencing homelessness. The more I learned about this amazing organization, I thought that it would be a great idea to take it back to the kids at our program. We as parents, we want our children to succeed. We want the best for them. We want them to have good relationships, to be able to identify and to set goals. We want them to achieve their purpose in life. And I think that UFL offers the basic foundations for them to be able to do this.
I don't think I'm ever going to forget the kids at Brownfield the first time we went out there. And over a period of time, the things that we thought theoretically were true, that kids need to feel like they have skills that matter. Kids need to feel some sense of ownership and agency over their lives. And kids need to feel connected to other people. especially to other important caring adults. And when you can do those things, the theory would suggest then you are in fact equipping them to become agentic in their own lives. And I felt like we saw that over the period of time that we were with that community and with that particular group of kids, where at the beginning I was like, oh, this is rough. And then by the end of the semester, that continuity of seeing the same adults week after week and starting to believe that those adults cared about them, and they didn't just care about spending time with them, they were equipping them with specific things that the kids could put into practice in their lives immediately. Huge changes just in a short period of a semester. And then eventually when we followed up with those kids over the next 4 to 5 years, they eventually graduated from high school, some of them, their trajectory had completely changed. And I'm not saying that that only happened because they came across us, but it did definitely show me as an academic, these theories are theories for a reason, and it's very affirming when a program in practice confirms what you thought should happen.
In 3 words, UFL is fun, foundation, and learning.
Opportunity, because we had the opportunity to be a part of it. Not everybody does, and I think that that's unfortunate, but we are blessed that we were able to have that opportunity. It sounds cliche, but leadership. Watching those kiddos at probably one of the biggest turning points and hardest times in their life, be able to come together with some strong adult guidance and role models that can really teach them how to work with each other. And while I watched my son grow, others grew because they were including him. And I definitely think making those connections, putting all the pieces together, middle school and high school can be so ambiguous and so hard for kids to find their way, but I think it can help them put the pieces together to get on that right track to be successful. Watching how successful my oldest has been and attributing so much of that to those foundational skills that he got through UFL all the way through, I think is huge, absolutely huge.
Fun, energetic leaders.
UFL has the opportunity to do so much within the next 5 years. I believe that the last 11 years have given us an opportunity to establish ourselves in our community with other youth educators and schools and partners as a program that really focuses on quality. Our expectations are high, and so it's not about quantity, it's quality. And so I think that with the partners and the relationships that have been developed throughout the community and with the schools, the opportunities are, there are so many different opportunities to just grow even further. This last year we were able to even go international. So we have 14 campuses here and then a partnership with Columbia. To be able to expand our reach through Texas and then maybe even replicate outside of this is exciting.
I think one of the things about UFL that is extremely important and distinguishes it perhaps from some other leadership programs is that it's about the children learning how to lead themselves before they try to lead others. And what that really means is it's social, emotional health and well-being, having a really good sense of who you are, and also a sense of belonging to a bigger community. And to the extent that good leaders have those qualities or have those experiences in their background, I think the better leaders they are.